And welcome back. This is The Guys Next Door. I'm your host, Ron Arenas, and we have a special guest host, Ryan Shirley.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, how you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing really well, thank you.
Well, thank you for coming and sitting in with us.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, very good, very good. Well, we have a great show for you today. Our first guest is Val Romero from Arizona Grill and Hearth.
Good morning, or what are you? Where are we at right
We're in
now?
the afternoon, yeah.
Afternoon.
Might be
Time's
morning
relative.
somewhere. Yeah.
Thanks for having me, Ron.
Yeah, thank you for coming in. You're a busy guy.
Trying to stay busy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's successfully being busy.
Yeah, very good. So tell us about Arizona Grill and Hearth.
So Arizona Grill and Hearth, we specialize in the outdoor living environment for your home, which includes like the barbecue grill, anything else that you do outside, like smokers, ice chests, refrigeration. We actually build the structures themselves, and outdoor fire pits, outdoor fire places. And then in addition to that, for our indoor products, we do sell fireplaces for indoor homes. We do wood. Majority of our fireplaces are gas. A lot of contemporary linear style gas is what a lot of people are going with now. Wood fireplaces have kind of gone to the side. I don't see a lot of selling of the wood so much, but gas fireplaces. And then within Arizona Grill and Hearth, we have a couple other specialty items that I think we're going to touch on here in a little bit.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. Do you see what we call snowbirds, but the winter visitors, do you see them mostly wanting the fireplaces?
Yeah, a lot of them do, but right now during the summertime is when we see kind of a little bit of a slowdown because a lot of our clientele are a lot of the winter visitors that are coming into town. And when they do come into town, they want their fireplaces, they want their outdoor kitchens. They're basically making their winter home as comfortable as possible.
Yeah, can't blame them. I mean, you're not going to be shoveling snow here.
Nope, shoveling sunshine.
Yeah, you can spend the whole winter outside.
Pretty much, and that's what they're doing. They want their outdoor living space to be an extension of their indoor living space where they don't have to stay inside.
Yeah, very good. So how did you start, how did Arizona Grill and Hearth start? What got you into it?
I was actually in the fireplace and barbecue industry back in 1995. Working for a company called Dick's Gas Grills and Lights, and I worked for them for quite a while. And then from there, another company bought them out, and I stayed with them for a while. And then I decided, after being with them for a while, it's like, I think I can do things a little bit different, and I ended up going out on my own, and that was back in 2005.
Oh, okay.
And so now here we are 19 years later.
Yeah, next year will be your 20-year anniversary.
20-year anniversary, but been in the industry since 1995. So I've actually have the most experience in the city of Tucson when it comes to fireplaces and barbecues, and especially the barbecues, hence the alter ego that shows up every now and again.
So I'm hearing a lot of sort of conversation around town about your Smoking 101 class. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Oh, yes. Since Ron and Mickey have gotten involved to that, it's world renowned. So once a month we do our Smoky 101 class, and it's a basically designed for people that don't have a smoker or just getting started to basically get on the fast track to do hands-on learning of different smoking techniques, different smoking foods, different flavor profiles. So this is something we do. It's hands-on, like I mentioned. We do ribs, we do beer can chicken, we'll do the injection of the chicken, we do smoked tri-tip, we do smoked peppers, smoked cheese, pork tenderloin, lamb chops. We just do a lot of different things where people can just get totally involved with smoking. A lot of times people have had their smoker for a while and they come back and they go, I didn't know to do that. And then we get messages. I think I seen you and me attached to some. It's like, Ron, Val, and Mickey, we did the best, whatever it was. Thanks for teaching us in that class. So it is a great community thing, but it's also a great education for those that want to learn a new technique or want to get involved in smoking. I see a lot of people that are ready to take that jump.
And do you take people from the first part of the process to the end product, and is it the whole thing, or is it? How does that work?
It pretty much everything except the pulled pork, because that can take anywhere from 14 to 18 hours. I usually do that the night before. But when we do our ribs, we do the 3-2-1 method. So we're there the first thing in the morning, pulling up the membrane, seasoning up the ribs, putting them on the smoker, halfway through, we wrap them up in aluminum foil after we put butter, brown sugar, and then at the end we finally pull them on out and put them back on the grill to firm on up. But same thing with the injection of the turkeys or the chickens. They're getting the syringes, they got their beer, their seasonings, they're doing all the injections. We're just there kind of as a guide and teach them and give them the techniques, but they're doing everything hands-on.
That's really cool. What's the age group that sort of is in your class on average, or what do you allow in the space?
Well, we allow any age. My granddaughter, she's 7 now. I think she did it when she was like 4 years old. I helped on out. But I have had some students from high school and grade school that have come to the classes. I remember one father-daughter duo where she outshined her dad during the barbecue class, and she made sure everybody at the class knew it. And the nice thing about that, if you do have a kid under of 18, there is a half price for our kids that want to come to the class.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Something really cool about the class is there's all those different flavor profiles. And if you like your food spicy, or if you like it a little bit saltier, or you like it with some sweet in there, there's all those options. And then when you and all your classmates are making that food, you get to try everyone else's.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So, if you think that maybe you don't like something spicy or a little bit with some sweetness in there, it might change your mind.
Yeah, and I think that's the best part. Actually, that's one of my favorite parts is tasting everybody's food after this come off the smoker. And for me, being the slicer, I get first bite. But yes, we have some phenomenal stuff that's coming off these grills from these students.
Yeah, we really do. So when is this class?
So we do once a month on a Saturday, and it goes from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. And usually people show up between 8:30 and 8:45. I just kind of get everything in there. We're taking the month of August off, and we are restarting it back on September 7th.
September 7th is your next class.
Yes.
Okay. And how do they sign up for that class?
So you can actually go to the King of Barbecues, or BBQs. .com,
Okay.
and you can go on there. It talks about classes. You can sign in there, and there's a certain amount of seats that we have in there. Usually, we can go up to 20 people, but normally we 16 is a good, max class. If we need to put more, we can, but 16 is a good class size. Fantastic.
And so let's jump to another subject. You are currently on the TUSD board. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So I'm. It's my second year on the TUSD governing board. It's been a learning experience in my first year, and one of the things that I wanted to do was get through this learning process as fast as possible and immerse myself in, so I understand what's going on within the schools, within the district, asking questions, finding allies. I visited every single school in the district.
Wow.
In
How many
my
schools
first
is
year?
that?
That's 87 schools.
87.
Wow.
So 1 year I was able to do that, but I wanted to know what the schools were like, the teachers, the principals, especially the principals, because they're like the front lines
Right.
of these schools. Find out the safety issues, find out, if there's drug issues in some of our high schools, the cell phone issues, whatever the case may be, and just kind of, like I said, find out a lot. Now that I have a little bit under my belt, understanding the processes and policies and how we can guide them, that's the next step. How do we make our schools more safe? In doing that,
Right.
also, it's how else do we increase the education level and proficiency of our students, starting at that K to third grade, to give them a nice, strong foundation. What are these next steps to do this? Before me, I didn't have any of this experience on that, but now I see what's important in the district to make it a better district right now. And so I'm doing my part to make it safer, try to create better proficiencies for our kids. And because ultimately, as you know, they're going to be our workforce.
Yeah. They're our future.
They're our future.
Yeah.
And if we're not putting out quality product in our community, we're only going to, we're setting us up for failures. And that's why we have great career technical education, and then also working with some of the JTED things with that.
Fantastic.
Great for trades.
Good. Very good. So real quick, we have about 20 seconds. You're also running for a different office?
Yes, so the Board of Supervisors, District 5, it's a county position. My predecessor at the TUSD governing board was on both the TUSD board as well as Pima County supervisor. So precedence has been set.
Okay.
So I'm, in one way following her footsteps, but in another way, total opposite direction.
Very good. And as an independent, you're not on the primary, right?
Correct.
You'll just be on the general election.
Yeah, I'll be in the general election come November.
Okay. Well, can you tell us again how do we get a hold of you?
So the best way, Arizona Grill and Hearth, azgrillandhearth.com, and then or thekingofbarbecues.com, and then the phone number 520-623-0924.
Very good. Thank you, Vera Romero.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And welcome back. This is The Guys Next Door. I'm your host, Ron Arenas, with our special guest host, Ryan Shirley.
Hello.
He just got his headset back on, so we are back. We're back with a couple guests from Crest Insurance, Corey Williams and Chester. How are you guys doing?
Very good.
Doing good.
Very good, very good. So we're going to talk about some different things today, not just the insurance world, maybe.
Right. We got a lot of stuff to cover.
We got a lot of stuff to cover. Okay. So tell us a little bit about Crest Insurance first.
Well, Crest Insurance is an insurance agency that has its roots in Tucson, but we've got like 18 locations now all throughout the Southwest. We kind of pride ourselves on being one of the few independent agencies left in the entire state, and I mean locally owned, locally operated. We understand the region here. When we do business with people in Tucson, we give right back into the community, which is something that our founders and senior partners insist on. So we're not an average insurance agency in terms of service, but more importantly, I think the trend now is for everything to be automated, and I think a lot of people are frustrated not having a real person to talk to, not having a dedicated account manager for your home and your auto and your business. And where we make a difference is the service that we give, and you're going to talk to a person who's from here, lives in the community, understands your business, understands your concerns, understands your neighborhood, your home. It's something you don't get from an 800 number or a call center.
Right.
So we really push that narrative when we talk to our clients, and that's the reason we've had a lot of our clients for decades, literally.
Oh, wow.
It's not. I hate to brag, but it's not much competition out there. Once you get used to having someone that's in your corner to fight and help you with claims and get things squared away, whether it's health insurance, life insurance, home, auto, it's hard to leave that and go to just an app or someone you don't know.
Yeah, you're not going to find that customer service anywhere else.
No.
Yeah. And you brought your associate, Chester, with you today. You have a very interesting background. Can you tell us some about that?
A storied past.
Yeah.
I born and raised here in Tucson, Arizona.
Okay. Where'd you go to school at?
CDO.
CDO. Oh, okay. Very good.
And then went to the University of Arizona. Walked on baseball.
Okay.
Played last year under Jerry Kindle.
Oh,
his
wow.
last year.
That's cool.
That's
awesome.
Very fortunate
Yeah.
to do that. So I walked on there, played 2 years. I figured out at my junior year, because I was a walk-on, and I lost my academic scholarship. So I was like, I need money to go to school. So I went into Coach Stitt, took over. Went in to talk to Coach Stitt and asked if I could get a scholarship. And he said couldn't. So I was like, and I knew the competition, even with the team and also the teams that we were playing. My level at high school was, as good as a pitcher, and then you move up to the next level, and it goes on and so forth,
right.
As you go on into the major leagues. But I just wasn't there as a pitcher. So I got out of baseball, finished I graduated from the University of Arizona with a political science degree.
Oh, okay.
And then I tried to figure out, what I wanted to do in life, and I always had the dream of going into the SEAL teams. Always wanted to be a SEAL. And so I did some odd jobs around Tucson, and I was like, I need to get out of Tucson. I've been 24 years of my life. I'm like, I'm over Tucson. So I followed my dream and went into the Navy in November of 2000.
Okay.
Boot camp, A school, and then on to SEAL training. So did that. Went to Buds, graduated class 238, and my first assignment was at SEAL Team 1. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
9/11 happened when I was at Buds, and then so I was like, game's on.
Yeah.
And so SEAL Team 1 was my first duty station. So
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. What brought you back to Tucson?
Divorce.
Okay.
I was in San Diego, still working in the Navy, still in the SEAL teams, and then my previous wife, we moved back to Tucson because I wanted to retire, and we both wanted to come back to Tucson because
Okay.
both our
Sure.
families are here. And during that time, things didn't work out. Wife still lives here with my 2 kids, and
Oh, it's good that you're
Yes.
close to your kids.
yeah, very true. Yeah,
Definitely.
it's great. And so I was coming back and forth from San Diego to Tucson, visit them back and forth during the bad times. But and then I got retired from the Navy, and I was like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And so, like I said, my kids are here. I met my new wife during that time. So it was like, just everything came into a, I guess, precipice. I'm coming back to Tucson. And also at the same time, I put out my resume.
Ah, okay.
And Mr. Ritchie, our owner, brought me in for an interview, and I was like, yeah, this is a great fit. I love this. Just the camaraderie, also the culture within Crest.
Okay.
Like Corey said,
Yeah.
it's a total partnership with our clients, and I didn't know that up front, but I just felt the family atmosphere, and I was like, I want to be a part of this. Plus, it's in Tucson.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to be going up to Phoenix because that's where all the job market is. It's
Right.
hotter job market. I thought I was going to be up in Phoenix, but I got lucky, very fortunate, and Cody Ritchie brought me in, and so now I live out in Vail.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's just I'm very thankful that I got to come back here to Tucson.
Yeah,
I swore to
very good.
myself I wasn't going to come back, but well, that's how life works.
Yeah.
So, yes.
So I've worked with him for 2 years,
Uh-huh.
and I'd learned more just now about Chester. He doesn't like to talk a lot about himself. So I'm sitting there listening like, yeah, who is this guy?
Very good.
Yeah, I like keeping things to myself. But
Yeah.
yes.
And one of your specialties is OSHA?
Yeah, well, I do the director of risk services for Crest, and yeah, I got trained in OSHA, so I'm a certified trainer. So
Okay.
I teach OSHA 10 courses, OSHA 30 courses,
Right.
construction and general industry. But I'll just keep continuing to bring this up. It's a partnership with our clients, and I love having that, establishing that one-on-one where I sit down with the owner or the safety manager of, whatever company we have, whatever client we have, and just, have what are their issues, what are their risks, how are their work comp claims, how can I best help them
Yeah.
to lower their premiums and get them the best deals.
That's
and-
important
and
as
keep
a
people safe. That's
as a business
number one.
owner. Yes,
Yes.
definitely. I'm OSHA 30,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
I've been probably certified 10 years, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
And most of our guys are OSHA 10.
Which is great.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Need to know the rules.
Yeah. You do, and just to keep them safe.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, yeah. We want them to go home every day to their families and be able to provide for them.
So it matters.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what's it like working with Corey?
I love it. Yeah. I mean, what was weird is I got, basketball, U of A basketball during my time. When I was at U of A, it was huge. And,
of course.
getting to work with Corey, Corey was, I met him and I was like, holy cow, this is good.
Yeah, we have a good time.
Yes.
We have a good time. And, it's interesting because we've got literally, and I don't mean to be cliche, but we've got every walk of life at the agency. We've got, guys like Chester, guys like myself, former athletes. We've got people who live and breathe insurance their entire career. We've got, soccer moms. We got everybody over
Right.
there. And it's one of those things that I didn't understand until I got into the industry, that insurance is everywhere. And
Yeah.
once you start seeing it, you can't shut it off. Like you'll be at a function, a family, and you're like looking at people. No, that kid, that's not safe. And somebody introduces themselves and tells you where they work, and you're like, dang, how can I write this account? Like, what's the insurance policy
Right.
in this situation? So you have to shut your brain off because it's one of those industries that touches everything, lots of different people. And the thing that I can speak for myself, but maybe Chester agrees, coming from our backgrounds, mine of pro sports and playing and coming straight into insurance, I couldn't come into a job that was repetitive, and it's never the same day twice.
That's true. Yeah.
So to a guy like me, and I know maybe to a guy like Chester, that's the allure is, hey, every day's different.
yeah.
It's a relationship business, and the most important part is it's a competitive business. As a broker, you eat what you kill,
Yeah.
and that's the same mentality of an athlete.
Oh,
So it's like, okay, let me jump in here and make a life for myself. There's no salary cap. There's not a whole lot of rules and regulations. I mean, there's a Department of Insurance, but
Sure.
other than that,
Right. But
You
you,
got-
go out and
you
get
make your own
your
way.
book of business.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's great.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, yeah, we kind of we're the same way with when we're out in the world as a contractor. You know, we're always looking at duct work and air conditioners and electrical stuff. You know,
Yeah.
you go down to Mexico and you see some of the electrical that's down there. It's
Third world.
crazy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No regulations.
No
standards.
regulations. It's like,
Yes.
wow. Why? How has this place not burned down yet? You know.
True.
Just,
Yeah, and that's the hard part is, you get in the game and you start to make a little money, and it's like, okay, I need to shut my insurance brain off
Yeah.
and be human. I'm at a quinceañera or I'm at a wedding. I don't need to be doing this.
Right.
But you learn to work through, make the connections, and you see the money, and then something in you has to say, okay, this isn't the time or place. So
Yeah.
you just gotta,
You're always networking, but
yeah.
yeah, you're creating relationships also.
Yeah,
You know,
and-
it's not just for business, but it's for personal too.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. There's no hesitation to talk business because I am so confident in our team.
Sure.
So if I get the chance to talk about your home and auto, it's not going to be me, but who I hand you off to is going to knock it out of the park. Like, you're
Yeah.
going to see me somewhere and thank me for the job that our team does on personal lines.
Right.
So we're so confident that it's almost, they obviously encourage it in the sales meetings, but you really want to help someone out and say, hey, I know you're getting screwed by Geico or Progressive or whoever. Let me have so-and-so call you and we'll get you with somebody else and be
Yeah.
able to take care of you. So when you have a good quality product, it's easy to talk about it with confidence. And you really feel like you're doing your friends a favor by bringing
Right.
it up. You're not selling them. You're just trying to help them. And I know that sounds hella cliche, but it's just literally how it is.
Yes.
Well, the right coverage is vital. You know, I mean, if you go with a cheap coverage, 1-800 coverage, and then something does happen, your roof blows off your house, or you get in that big accident, and you don't have the right coverage.
Right.
That's horrible. That's devastating.
You're coming out of your own pocket.
Yeah.
Yes.
In our industry, it's all about commission. So you got some people focused on selling you something so they can get paid.
Yeah.
Now, what they sell you, like you said, it may have holes in it. And of
Yeah.
course, you don't find out where the holes are until there's a claim.
Right.
That person is long down the street. They've
Mhm.
made their money, and you're stuck with a policy that has some exposures.
Right.
Where when we do a review, a lot of times we'll tell you, hey, you're good where you're at. We can't beat that.
Yeah.
But then the other times we're like, yeah, you need to be. And I didn't know people can be underinsured, but there's a lot
Yeah.
of people who are underinsured, especially with replacement costs for materials and stuff.
Mhm.
You really need to check on your policy because what you're covered may not be enough to replace it if you got a major claim.
Right. Well, thank you guys for being here today. We appreciate it.
Definitely.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, Crest Insurance, Piper Family Painting, Tucson Pack and Ship, Tucson Tamale, and Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. We'll see you next week.